Welcome to a bit of a different video, another mini rogue video, but today will be a little unboxing or opening of some new cards. So originally I ordered these actually a little while ago, and these are promo cards or expansions for mini rogue. These three are 2 promo cards each, which I think the publisher offered originally at the Spiel Con in Essen in Germany. And this is the Old Gods expansion, which used to be a Kickstarter exclusive. And for some reason they are now selling it on their website. I'm not sure, so I ordered all of these from the Nuts Publishing website, which are the publisher for Mini Rogue. And yeah, these are just extra room cards. I think another character, I think maybe even another boss card to mix in. And because I had played a lot of Mini Rogue in the past and wanted to give it some more variety, I ordered these and then thought, let's get back into Mini Rogue. Let's do 4 runs, one with every character for the channel. Just, like 4 quick runs before looking at these expansions, which was the actual content I had planned, but you know what that turned into. Dying a lot of times with the mage. I think 4 times we died. So now that we've actually done a little side quest of beating Mini Rogue with every base game character, it's time to look into some of these expansions. So let's start with these 4 little ones, and then I also have the Depths of Damnation expansion, which is a bit of a bigger one with a new mechanic and some more content. But I think let's start with these small ones. So let's first have a look at the promo cards. And I don't remember in which order these were released. Let's just open them here. Hope this isn't terrible to listen to, the plastic foil on the camera. So we have the Wolf and the Forge. Okay, sorry, so I just adjusted the focus there. So the Wolf is very similar to the Crow, which I am not a huge fan of the Crow, but okay. Wolf seems kind of cool. So you take it for 1 food as an item card, or you lose 3 HP instead. That's kind of nasty. And you can discard it every time to gain the food back. Okay, so at least it's like a net 0 in that case, I guess. Oh, sacrifice, that's brutal. Don't want to eat my dog. But if you have it, so this is a passive ability, which we haven't seen yet. So just active all the time. Passive, yeah. Adds 3 to your attack, that seems strong. But if the monster rolls a 1 or a 6, you discard the card. I don't know. Seems kind of nice, but that's a 1/3 chance of just losing it instantly. I don't know. Not too sure about that, but it's cool to have, and we might give it a shot at some point. I put them in the back here. They won't be completely in focus, but I think it's fine. And this is the Forge, which is another one of these tomb events where you roll, always get some result, and you can adjust it by ±1 if you get a success. And seems like you always have a 50-50 chance, even without the success, of just getting some armor here. Wow, this looks really good actually. Now 1/3 chance of fighting the fire elemental, but with the success. But so the fire elemental can't be completely avoided, even with the perception potion. Rolling a 6 will have you fight it, because then you can just adjust it up to a 5 and no further. So can't be prevented entirely, I see. Yeah, but so the Forge seems really cool. And I always like these little events where you always have something happen, and with the success you just have a bit more, yeah, mitigation of your dice roll. I'm not too big of a fan of cards where if you don't roll a success, just nothing at all happens. Like the Mimic or the treasure chest is good when something happens, but the Mimic is kind of boring often. Just one single coin, and if you don't roll a success, nothing happens. So this is a new monster. The Deathbed seems really tough. 32 HP, that's a lot. I'll have to double check, but I think the other monsters had like 20 on the lowest floor. It starts with 16, wow. But so this gives great rewards, lots of XP, potion. Oh, this even lets you roll on the rewards table, I think. The little golden symbol means the rewards table. And it poisons you and heals itself. Seems scary, but at least doesn't go through armor. So if you have 2 armor on the first floor, it can't do anything against you. But so this is one of those effects which is explained in the rule book, even though the base game doesn't use it, I believe. So this little heart with the number in it means if the monster hits you, it heals that much HP. If it actually does damage, if it gets past your armor. Yeah, so the Deathbed, that's cool. And the Fence, ooh, a new trader. So the Fence offers a lot of stuff for very little gold, but curses or poisons you or blinds you, I see. And you don't get great gold for selling anything to him. I don't know. Armor pieces for 4. So this seems obviously great for the priestess, because she can just buy potions for cheap, buy armor for cheap, and get rid of the curse using her ability. Now 3 gold for 4 HP. I think the merchant offers the same, just without the curse, so that's a downgrade. But 5 for 8, but you get poisoned. Ooh. Interesting. I think the merchant and the hunter are nice if you have money, but kind of boring sometimes. And it's nice to have a bit more variety for the different traders. Oh, I think I need to put these cards down here. Okay, so these have all been normal room cards so far, which we haven't seen the backs in our previous videos because I always have them sleeved, and these will obviously be sleeved with the other ones as well. Now the Sentinel, so these are 2 room cards as well. I thought there was a new boss in here somewhere, but that might be in the expansion here. So the Sentinel is another monster. I think this is the newest promo from 2023. Yeah, HP looks kind of average, maybe a bit above average, but it heals as well, and poisons or curses. Seems tough, but gets you, I think, normal sort of XP. And this little book, which is a lore card or a story card. I don't recall what they're called exactly. And these are from the Depths of Damnation expansion, which we'll be looking at as well after this. So we'll talk about those a bit more then. But so I guess this promo, to really use this, the expansion is needed. Interesting. These ones work with the base game. And the Crypt. Interesting. So this as well gives you a story card or lore card. So this is another one of those tomb sort of events with the +/-1, but you always get a lore card and then some. And you can get 2 gold, fight the ghost, food, get cleansed but then blinded, interesting, get cursed, or find a frost potion, seems. Interesting. I'm also just noticing these have little symbols here to represent, I guess, that they are promos, and they have different ones. Well, actually they don't. So 2 of these have the little 4 pointed star, and the other 2 have a little 5 pointed star, which is hollow. I don't know what that means. So I think these all sound really fun, especially the crypt and the forge. I just like these events. And actually some more monsters, why not? The standard sort of monsters in the game, like the one with the poison and the curse, are very sort of, yeah, standard, as I said, and these are a bit more interesting and more varied rewards. I think the story cards have quite the variety of rewards. So these are all very cool. And that's just promos. Let's look at the actual expansion. So this is the Old Gods expansion, which is a really small one. Or expansion pack, it says here. And you might have seen it there already. First thing we get here, which I'm really excited about, is a new character. And this one, because there are the 4 characters in the 4 sort of, I don't know, classes or archetypes or colors. This one is an alternative version of the Crusader. Starts at 10, starts with 2 XP, interesting, and 2 food, and starts cursed. Now that is strange. But if you are cursed, you gain an extra die to your attack, and if not, 3 extra damage. Does that die stick around for the whole combat? Or just for the 1 attack? I'm guessing just for the 1 attack, right? Because in that case it doesn't seem great, because isn't like 3 damage pretty average for 1 single die? I'll have to look into that. That doesn't seem too great on first reading. I thought you'd get some like extra stronger bonus for being cursed, but it seems kind of similar, 3 damage or a die. I guess the die you can re-roll and have a chance at better ones. Can't do a feat on the 3 damage. Yeah, but always 3 damage extra, that's nice. Regen, ooh, gain 4 health or 6 if you are cursed, so this seems really strong. Exploration again and useful at any time, so we will be able to do our little priestess move again, just every time we come across a bonfire or a hermit, just heal for 4. Yeah, so that I'm excited for that. And a passive ability, so same as the wolf had, just all the time. No food consumed when delving, so interesting. Starts with 2 food, but doesn't actually need the food. Seems like fun to try out. And the character's name is Bones. Ooh, more skeletons. The Necromancer. Ah, so this is the new boss, I think. Yeah, so this is the back for the boss cards. Necromancer. Poison, Curse, Ghost through Armor. Seems pretty standard, the damage values. I mean, last floor, 6 through armor. I hate that. I don't like that with the King's Protector either. Seems tough. And life seems standard as well. I think 12, 16, 20. Oh, but so you gain XP, but you don't get to roll on the rewards table. Instead, you take this card as an item, I think. Is what this little symbol, the little grabby hand means. And you can discard it to resurrect 1 hero to 1 HP. Interesting, so this will allow you to take another hit. Yeah, so 1 extra hit in another boss fight seems really strong. Although I'm assuming if you take this card, because you only have 1 item slot, that this will take up a slot where you would otherwise have like the wolf, the crow, or the armory. Yeah, we'll see, but I'm excited for more bosses. The alcove. Okay, so this is another one of those, you only get it if you roll a success, similar to the armory, an item. And it's either a battle axe, which is a free feat, so very similar to the armory so far. But, oh, the other two, cleanse your poison or your curse, I'm assuming is what that is. It's like a red line through the curse symbol or poison symbol. So I'm assuming, okay, so this is not a universal cleanse for the whole, like blindness, poison, curse, all of the afflictions, just for a specific one. And you take it, oh, this is space for cubes. So I'm assuming if you get it, you take it with you and you have it as an item to use in the future. Seems great as well, I like that. The laboratory, okay, another trader. This is a new symbol, I think. So this is entirely new. So you trade items for potions. I love potions. So you can either convert 2 potions into another one. 1 XP, 1 fire potion lets you fall. Okay, interesting. I don't think we'll be doing that a lot. An antidote. Oh, if you have a poison potion, you can cleanse yourself from poison, that is. But here, so you can craft, sort of, I assume, or brew potions for always a piece of food and 2 gold, but then HP or XP. But you have access to all 6 potions. Well, that seems interesting. If you're low on gold, I don't know, I'm excited to play with that. Play around with that in a game. Oh, and I think I just saw one more card behind that. Yeah, another monster. Then there's competitive rules here. I think I already saw these online. And since we're playing solo, those won't be too relevant for us. And one more monster, yeah. So a lot of HP there. Ooh, 30. That's even more than Ox first phase. 6 damage, pretty standard. Yeah, but that's a normal monster. 1 XP, more food on floor 2. So we now have 2 monsters that give food on floor 2, I think. The direwolf and the skull tail spider, I guess. Gold. I'm not too hyped about this monster, I think. Seems kinda lot of HP for very little reward. Like the kobold has 2 HP and does 12 HP and does 2 damage, which is, I think, basically like a floor 1 boss, but only gives 1 XP. And 30 is just insane. Or 60 even if you're playing 2-player. I don't think the monster HP board even goes up to 60, does it? I'm not sure. Yeah, so I guess these cards have all been good ones. We have to have at least one more really deadly one. So all these promos and the Old Gods expansion, I think, will give a lot of variety to the game, especially the new character, obviously. But so that was an item, a little like trader, a boss. No, that was not the boss. That's a monster, another trader, 2 events. Sorry, the glare is really bad. So I think usually my card sleeves, because I kind of matte, make the glare a bit better. Another item, the character, another monster, and a boss. Now the boss doesn't really do much because you always find the same number of bosses, but this does seem like a lot of extra monsters. And no bonfire or hermit sort of card. So those will be a lot rarer, getting back your ability. Yeah, so all in all, just first glance at all of this, this seems like it makes the game a bit harder, or would make it a bit harder. I'm not too sure. Some of the little event cards, as I call them, seem really good, and we'll have to have a look at the story cards. If they are great value, then maybe those turn it around. But so far these monsters seemed all really annoying, with the poison from floor 1 on, and the healing and the lot of health here. So seems like the game might get a bit trickier. Yeah, so I'll cut very quickly and then we'll have a look at the Depths of Damnation expansion. There we are. This is the slightly bigger, like proper expansion pack, Depths of Damnation. I'm really excited to look what's in here. The cards we've looked at so far was the small Old Gods expansion, which was Kickstarter exclusive originally, I think. I didn't get it from the Kickstarter. And the promo cards, but this is like a proper expansion. Now I do need to, I think, cut again to remove the shrink wrap, I'm noticing. There we are. Now we can get into the box, and I've just noticed that the front actually here, Ox Face and the Ruby, Ox Blood I suppose, and the Mini Rogue logo have like a glossy coating on them, which is a nice touch. And more shrink wrap. Oh, I should have known. So this is basically the size of a pack of playing cards and comes with a little instruction manual and a whole chunk of new cards. But these are not all room cards, because there's a new mechanic which we saw on some of the monster loot before, the lore cards. So the Bandit is a new card, Cursed Relic. Okay, let's look at that later. Let's first have a look at these cards. Okay, all I did was get rid of the second layer of shrink wrap, and let's look at these together now. So first we have another monster. Looks pretty strong again. I'm not going to talk as much about every card because there's a lot to go through, but I want to have a quick look at them and kind of try to judge if they're very bad to encounter or scary. So does, I think, a lot of damage and has the extra afflictions here, poison, but actually gives a boss reward every time, but no experience. Okay, interesting. So a bit of a stronger monster. Put that in the back. Now there's the Bandit. We saw him in the rulebook. And so he has a toll. And says here that you can pay the toll instead of having to fight. So either pay him food or gold and he'll let you go. But I think then you don't get the reward for the fight either. So you sort of either do the left half of the card, which is the toll, or the right half, which is like just a normal monster fight. There's a new trap, great. Hadn't got enough of those. Interesting, so you don't roll here for what trap it is. It actually depends on which floor you encounter it, and it gets nastier the further down you go. But on a success it always gives XP. I like those. Like that's if you have a perception potion on a later floor, you can just trade the perception potion for 3 XP guaranteed, which could be really nice. Library, which is another tomb, sort of tomb card of that archetype, I could say. So you roll and you get a ±1 if you have a success. And seems like there's some lore to be had. This little book, which we saw before on, I think, the Sentinel card. Or a refresh of your character ability or some XP. So actually 5 positive outcomes, I think. Although I'm not sure if lore cards can be negative as well. But I think they are rather a reward. So more positive. But we'll see. I'm excited about that. Ooh, and now there's another card of the shrine type. So this little green candle icon is the same as the shrine. So I guess you can, yeah, you roll and you can pay gold for a +1. Doesn't seem to offer great rewards. 1 gold. But you're not going to roll that if you pay the gold. Dead rats, holy water. Okay, so a cleanse or nothing. 2 HP. Doesn't seem too exciting actually. And the only negative one is -1 food, but that's not too bad. So, no, I don't know. Doesn't excite me too much. But then again, the shrine isn't too exciting either, usually, unless you really need the cleanse. Ooh, and I think this is a new boss card. The Heliomancer. So normal damage, normal HP for the bosses, but blinds you. So now we have the Spider Queen, the Cursed Dragon, and the Heliomancer. So 1 boss for every sort of status effect. Seems fine. Actually seems a bit easier. I think blindness isn't too bad, although we had some bad luck with blindness in the past and running into traps and such. But, you know, a curse I think is much more annoying if you can't roll successes and so on. Yeah, so not bad. I'll fight him any day, I think. And the troll, is that another boss? Yeah. Ooh, so another one that goes through armor, just like the King's Protector. But he heals as well. Oh wow, he seems really tough and just gives the normal rewards. So I don't know off the top of my head if the King's Protector has more health. I think maybe. I'm not sure, otherwise it just seems like straight up stronger than the King's Protector. Not too excited about him. I mean, I am excited about all these cards because it's variety, but he seems nasty. And there's another character. Now this I am really excited for. The Thief. So you start with the Perception Potion, I like that. Can resolve the rewards card during combat, during a boss fight. Okay, so I guess you just get double rewards from bosses. And otherwise just 2 coins. This seems like another one of those, like with the priestess or the mage, where if you find a bonfire or a hermit, you can just use it, refresh it, use it, gain a lot of gold that way. Oh, actually, the thief starts with 10 gold. Wow. Why is he robbing people if he's already rich? But only 1 food. Okay, so seems tough. If you don't come across a shop early, you're gonna waste a lot of gold because you have no space and might starve. Interesting. I'm excited for that. And the cleric. So the thief is like the alternative version of the rogue, kind of. And the cleric is the alternative for the priestess. So starts with a healing potion instead of a holy potion. I put it like that because of the glare. And has a lot of healing, but no cleanse. Yeah, so again, exploration, heal all players for 3. This is even stronger than the priestess's ability. I mean, the cleanse is nice to have, but usually use that like once per run or not even. But the health, especially in co-op, that's like 6 health for every campfire or hermit you find. Wow. And 4 in combat. Okay, so yeah, seems good. I don't know what you'll do with all the HP. Part of why the priestess is so strong is because she can just then use the HP to stomp at the end. And the witch, which is the alternative for the mage. Apply the monster's attack to itself. That seems fun. So with status effects as well? I mean, monsters can't be cursed, but they can be poisoned, right? Although I don't think they're actually poisoned. With the poison die, the potion just does 4 damage per round. I don't know. I'll have to look that up if you use this on the Spider Queen, if she starts taking 4 damage per turn herself. Also, does that mean you don't get hit? So is that like a frost potion once? Because the monster attacks itself? Or does it just hit the both of you? I don't know. That wording isn't too... I don't know. Isn't too clear to me. And the unholy ritual. Okay, become cursed and poisoned but gain 2 XP. Might be good with the shrine in combination. I mean, it's interesting. I think that's the only exploration skill or character skill in general that just gives you XP straight up. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm really excited to try out all these characters together with the Bones one we saw in the Old Gods expansion. And the Cursed Relic. Oh, so another item. There's a lot of items, but so you just take this? What's that symbol mean? Yeah, take this card. Discard it at the following locations for rewards. So this seems like you take it and become cursed. I mean, makes sense if it's the Cursed Relic. I guess this means no cleanse, no holy potion. So just as long as you have it, you are cursed. And then you can either get rid of it at the merchant, at the shrine, or the fountain we saw, I see, and then get some rewards for that. Interesting, I like that. It seems fun. I'm not sure if this means you can't use cleanses and holy potions at all, or just not to get rid of the curse, because that could be really bad if you're poisoned and then the relic prevents you cleansing the poison as well. I'm sure the little rulebook will clear a lot of that up. So that's some treasure. So we've had 2 monsters, a trap, 2 bosses, a treasure, and a Tomb and a Shrine card. Speaking about the seals in the corner. And the secret passage. Yeah, so this is just draw a lore card instantly, which is the new mechanic of the expansion. So that's another treasure. And this is a lore card, I think. Is the rest lore cards? Yes. So we won't look at everyone, because I think it's, I don't know, nice to leave some things to be explored. So during the playthroughs that I'm gonna do, we might come across some lore cards that we haven't seen before. I don't want to read every single one now, but maybe look at 1 or 2. So says your friend or foe, and then you enter a room just in time to see another adventurer land the killing blow on a giant spider. Ooh, noticing you, she pulls a sword from the still twitching beast and turns to face you. She's sweating and breathing fast, but with a steady hand and a calm look, she says, friend or foe. So that's just lore. I guess it's a lore card, makes sense. And then you get a choice. So either friend, share a meal, foe, fight the ghost, I guess the adventurer, but the ghost is, as we've seen, sort of the stand-in default monster for fighting anywhere. And get an armor, piece of armor, or lie. With her dying breath, she curses you. I see. Okay, so you can avoid the fight and get cursed and get the piece of armor instead. Don't want to go around lying and backstabbing people, but that seems great for the priestess, I'd say. Just free piece of armor and can cleanse the curse afterwards. Yeah, good stuff. Interesting. So, an old warning. Okay, I'm not gonna read the entire text. So come across a... What? A warning, I see. Okay. maybe should have read the entire text. And then again, 3 choices. Either get just a free piece of armor, okay, a lot of armor so far, XP, or take the card again, I think as an item. Usually this little symbol means it's an item then, I'm not sure. And discard to lower a monster's level by 1. Interesting, okay. And then there's a whole lot of these. Okay, some have little symbols. These are the character symbols. So you probably only can choose those options with a certain character. Oh, the gelatinous cube, nice. So there's some fights under here as well, so not always just free armor. Interesting. So I'm really excited to look through those, and that's what they look like from the back. I don't know how many these are. What's it say here? 26 lore cards, so there's a lot to explore lore-wise, I think. Because so far the only cards that allow you to draw one that we've seen are the secret passage, then I think the library, right? Yeah, and didn't one of the, from the other expansion from the old gods, like one of the monsters and maybe one of the tomb cards? I'm not entirely sure. So it seems like they won't be too common. 2 boss cards, 3 character cards, 7 room cards, yeah, and the lore cards. And then here all the cards are explained in detail, so that's what interested me, the cursed relic. When the character picks up the cursed relic, they become cursed, becomes, okay, typo, and cannot use a holy potion or a blessing. Oh, to cure themselves from this affliction. Okay, so again, wording, I don't know, kind of sounds like it's only aiming at the curse, not any other affliction, so I think you're good to get rid of poison or blindness then. 2 lore cards, friend or foe, and an old warning. Those were the 2 first ones, I think. What about them? Were written by 2 of our backers. Oh, cool. We're proud of your contribution. Yeah, that's cool. Didn't know that. And there's an example. What's here? Also, they can have, so this is another little lore spoiler, but they can have skill checks, it seems. Or dice checks or whatever. So you roll and on a success you can get some benefits, or it can be negative if you fail. And I'm curious if you can use perception potions with these. Corresponds to a skill check. Results are indicated below. And you can only choose this option if your character symbols matches the one on the card. Only rogue or thief may pick the option. Oh yeah, interesting. So yeah. Yeah, cool stuff. So I'll sleeve these up, mix them in with the other cards. And then we'll have a look. I think the room deck is pretty big now with all of these additions. And also the new bosses. I'm hyped about those. So I've sleeved everything up except for the lore cards, because I will have to look for a different color of sleeve for them, I think. Or maybe I'll just use transparent ones as well. I just wanted to give a quick final overview over this whole expansion content. So on the left is all the cards from the base game, except for the rewards card and combat stances cards and so on. But so 20 room cards, 4 bosses, which you fight 3 of them on every run, so you're gonna see them a lot. The 4 characters, and obviously Ox remains. And then from the expansions, now this is the promo cards, the Old Gods expansion, and the Depths of Damnation. 4 new characters, so doubled the amount of characters. I think 16 room cards in total, I counted earlier. lot of monsters, gotta say. 5 of those are monsters and 1 a trap, so I'm kind of scared for my life, at least in Mini Rogue. Fountain, 3 tomb type cards, and this is the one I was thinking about earlier, the Crypt, which also gives you lore. And the 2 new traders, and a lot of items, which is interesting. So far we only really had the crow and the armory, and now we have these 3 new items, and that's the lore, the secret passage, and the boss, which also can be used as an item, the necromancer. So I'm curious if that's how that works. Again, I'm assuming you only have 1 item slot still, so I don't know if we're gonna leave a lot of those. Or you can, maybe that's a motivation to use your items instead of just keeping them for the final boss, because you might come across another one very soon. Well, so 20 room cards in the base game, 16 new ones from the expansions, adding to the 4 bosses, 3 more bosses, so almost double again. This as well, so that's like 3/4 of the original amount of room cards, new, and bosses as well. Double the amount of characters and totally new deck of lore cards. So that's really a lot actually. So if we put this all together, that's gonna be a very big pile of rooms. So that was the unboxing and also talking about the new content of the 2 Mini Rogue expansions, Depths of Damnation and the Old Gods, along with some promo cards. Thank you for watching if you've made it this far and weren't put off by me rambling about the cards. I know some people want to go in blind or just want to watch the unboxing, but if you wanted to sort of judge if this is something for you, I think anyone that likes Mini Rogue will probably like this, because once you've played the game a lot, it stays fun but gets a bit more repetitive just because you know the bosses, you know the rooms, and that does allow for planning and for sort of more strategy. But if you want to experience some new rooms or have a bit of adventure, which I think the lore cards, being that big deck of mystery cards that you will take some time to get through all of them, I think these expansions are great to just give the game a bit more renewed life and variety, and there's certainly going to be some more content on my channel. First and foremost, probably trying to get a win with every one of the 4 new characters, just so we've got that series, little mini-series continued. And then maybe trying out some of the harder difficulties, or these, which are from the base game and I haven't played with at all, combat stances, which allow you to play a little more higher risk, higher reward, or a little more defensive with extra armor but no crits. I don't know if this is going to change a lot, but there's certainly a lot of things to discover still. And till then, see you next time.